Chairman Brown, Ranking Member Scott, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. Housing costs are out of reach for too many of the lowest income renters in America. Rents are far higher than what the lowest income and most marginalized people, including seniors, people with disabilities, and working families, can pay. Despite the clear and urgent need, Congress provides funding for housing assistance for only 1 in 4 eligible households. And while removing restrictions on local zoning are important, subsidies are necessary to make homes affordable for extremely low-income households, as my written testimony describes at length. In the absence of affordable housing, 10 million of the lowest income renter households pay at least half of their limited income on rent, leaving them without the resources they need to put food on the table, purchase needed medications, or otherwise make ends meet. Paying so much on rent leaves the lowest income families always one financial emergency or unexpected expense away from facing eviction and, in worst cases, homelessness. For millions of these households, the COVID-19 pandemic was that financial shock. The pandemic and accompanying economic hardship put as many as 12 million households at risk of losing their homes without immediate government action. Federal, state, and local governments responded to the warnings of housing advocates and impacted people with unprecedented resources and protections to keep renters housed and move people experiencing homelessness to safety. Most of these temporary measures were bipartisan, and they significantly reduced housing instability and unnecessary suffering during the pandemic. But as protections expire and emergency resources are depleted, the lowest income renters are now struggling more than ever. The pandemic's negative impact on employment and income, followed by severe rent and other inflation, worsened an affordable housing crisis that was already acute. Between 2019 and 2021, the gap in affordable and available rental homes for the lowest income renters grew from 6.8 million to 7.3 million, leaving these renters with even fewer places to turn. And as rents increased, so too did homelessness in many communities. The U.S. Government Accountability Office has found that a $100 per month median increase in rent is associated with a 9% increase in homelessness in that same community. And over the last 2 years, rents increased by nearly $200 per month. Congress must increase investments in long-term solutions to the pervasive and long-standing shortage of affordable, accessible homes, including by making rental assistance universally available to all eligible households in need, preserving and expanding the supply of homes affordable to people with the lowest incomes, providing resources to prevent evictions and homelessness, and strengthening and enforcing renter protections. So we likely can't achieve all this during this Congress. We have more work to do to build political will for comprehensive solutions. But thankfully, there are bipartisan bills with strong bipartisan support among the public that can and should be advanced that could ensure more extremely low-income families are safely and stably housed and fewer face eviction and homelessness. So we urge this committee and this Congress to quickly advance bipartisan housing bills that would have a measurable impact on the housing crisis. Bills such as the Family Stability and Opportunity Vouchers Act to provide 250,000 new housing choice vouchers for families with young children. The Eviction Crisis Act to continue the success of the bipartisan ERA programs, and other bipartisan bills to improve and streamlining existing housing programs, build housing for people with the lowest incomes, improve oversight of federal disaster resources, and increase access to fair and affordable housing. Rents have skyrocketed. Eviction filings are rising and surpassing pre-pandemic levels. Homelessness is increasing. The country's lowest income people are struggling to stay housed, and Congress's inaction costs us all. But quick bipartisan action by this Congress can, just as it did during the pandemic, save lives, save money, and provide housing relief for many. I urge this committee and this Congress to act quickly and, at minimum, advance the multitude of bipartisan housing bills before us. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.